Hello and welcome to this presentation. I'm Adrishya and I'm going to present on the topic Functions of Financial Management. Before moving to the topic, let me give a short explanation on what is financial management. Financial management is the planning, organizing, directing, and controlling the financial activities to achieve certain goals or objectives of an organization. These financial managements are made by large MNCs or government. So, functions of financial management are divided into two categories: routine functions and executive functions. Routine functions are those functions that are done in a day to day life. That means these routine functions include lots of paperwork, like preparation of various financial statements like cash flow statements, fund flow statements, profit and loss account, all those come under financial statements. So the preparation of all these statements come under routine functions. And executive functions are those functions which are handled by managers or CEOs of the company. So let us discuss this in detail. So I was talking about functions of financial management. And this is a functions of financial management. Uh, and in routine function, it is also known as incidental functions. And this include record keeping and reporting, and also the preparation of various financial statements, as I stated before. And it includes the cash planning and also the credit management. And moving to the executive function, it is the forecasting of the financial requirements. There are many requirements for the business, like fixed capital and working capital, all those things. So they forecast the financial requirements and also decide the amount or the capital required for the company. So they decide on the sources of fund. And also they discuss about the investment decision, which is the important decision in the financial management. And we will go through in detail in the coming slides. So I was talking about routine functions or incidental finance functions. And these routine functions help in performing the executive function. These also include the supervision of cash receipts. That means they keep a record of the amount of cash that comes into the company and also the cash that goes out of the company. So these all functions or all these processes are made in the routine functions. Executive functions or managerial functions. It is known as managerial functions because this is handled by managers and other skilled people. These are strategical functions. They have specialized strategies to perform these functions. And these functions require managerial skills in the planning, execution, and control of the financial activities. And these executive functions are again divided into four main: financing decision and liquidity decisions. And now we will look into the investment decision. Investment decisions is the most important decision in a financial management, as it says that investment in a fixed asset or the short term is able to generate a profit in the future. So they decide in which short areas they have to invest their amount or money. The investment decision refers to the effective utilization of the fund invested in fixed assets and current assets. So they look into the effective utilization of the funds they have. It also involves acceptance and rejection of long-term investment, which is related to the capital budgeting. As we know that capital is the most important sources of the company. So they invest in those capital where they're able to generate a profit. As we look into this graph, it says the growth of the company. So the growth of the company depends upon the capital they are invested in. So it creates a risk in deciding the investment. That's why it is given that investment decision involves risk. It fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital is to meet the long-term needs of the company, and the working capital is a amount or the fund they must have to meet their day-to-day activities. And they also decide the capital structure. And investment decisions are mainly deals with the following the two decisions. That is capital budgeting decision and working capital management. These are the two areas where the investment decisions deals with. And moving on to the capital budgeting, It is the long-term asset of the company. We know that capital is the long-term asset of the company. And these companies, um, these companies will invest in those assets which they're able to yield a return over a period of time in the future. So they make use of this capital in order to provide a better profit to the company. So the process of making investment decision in capital expenditure or the process of choosing the best fixed asset. So they select the best fixed asset so that the company may not face any loss in the future. And it is an area where the capital budgeting for the capital is the investment in the capital is decided. And the other one is the working capital management. That these are the these deals with the decisions regarding the management of current assets required for meeting the day-to-day life. These companies will invest in the capital to meet in the future. They also need to have some fund in their hands so that they can meet their day-to-day activities. So they also invest in those areas where they're able to get a profit or they're able to use the amount of cash effectively to meet the day-to-day activities. So they select the current asset or short-term asset, which may yield, which can be yield a profit, and also that gives a that also gives cash within a period of 1 year. So that's all about this presentation, and I hope you all understand. So let us have a small recap on what we discussed right now. So I mainly discussed about the functions of financial management, which is broadly classified into routine function and executive functions. Routine functions are also known as incidental functions, and executive functions are also known as managerial functions. And these we don't need any special skills to work on the executive functions, but we need special skills to work on with the executive function. And executive function is the most important function of the financial institution. And then we move into the four main decisions of the executive functions. That is investment decision, dividend decision, financing decision, and liquidity decisions. These are the four main important executive decisions. Then we talk about investment decisions. Investment decision is those decisions where we take where we decide the areas in which we have to invest our capital or invest in those fixed asset or short-term asset where the company is able to provide a profit in the future. And then we see that investment decisions are again divided into two main decisions or categories. That is capital budgeting decision and working capital management. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. And that's all for today. Thank you so much.